say your name and where you work.
My name is Gedrick Russell, and I am the executive producer for community content for WBTV, the CBS affiliate in Charlotte, North Carolina.
So tell me a little bit about how you decided to get into journalism and why you do what you do.
So I had a long story. I did not initially go to school for journalism. I wanted to become a lawyer, and then I became a teacher. And when I became a teacher, then I became a counselor. And so one moment I had to do a career counseling session with my students from the Upward Bound program. And I told my students, when figuring out a career, find something that you love to do, and then find a way to get paid for it. And then find a profession where that fits your personality. And so as I was doing that session, I knew I liked to write, I knew I was nosy, I knew I get bored very easily, so no day could ever be the same for me.
Right.
So when I did that session, right next door to where I was working, there was a television station. So I said, well, maybe reporting, storytelling, because all of that fits my personality. And so I went to that television station, WJWJ in Beaufort, South Carolina, and I went there and I said, hey, can I have a job as a reporter? And they said, absolutely not, because you don't have any experience. And I said, I get that. So I said, well, let me volunteer. So I started volunteering. They said, well, you do have a degree in English. And so they taught me how to write, shoot, and edit. And then when they gave me my first assignment, I had to do a birthday party in a park. And when I did that, I was like, wow, I found my love. And so I've been doing it ever since.
Are there challenges that you face as a black male journalist that you think your white counterparts do not face? And give an example of what you mean.
So, that's an interesting question. When you say challenges, there could be challenges in front of me and there could be challenges in my head, right? There could be challenges because I am a black male journalist. I think that people think of me as differently or, less than and things like that, when that could not be the reality. That's all in my head. So there are two challenges. Challenges I got to get over in my head. And then reality is that there are some challenges where people may think that that I may not get the assignment because of who I am or the color, or they may think that I am not well versed and things like that. So you do face that, but I can say that now in 2024, those, for me, and I'm speaking for me, that those challenges are less than when I started, more than 25 years ago.
What about credibility? Do you people question your credibility? I know one of the things that I've always faced is people assume because I'm black that I must be a Democrat, or I'm going to vote a certain way, or my stories are going to lean a certain way. Do you face those kinds of things that you think your white male counterparts don't face?
So one thing, like if it's sports, so if there's a sports story, just because they're black, they think that I know every NFL player and every NBA player. I don't, you know what I mean? And those stereotypes could happen because if there's a crime on the bad side of town, we're going to send the black reporter because, I'm torn because I get it and then I don't get it, but because if you go into a black community, then you would expect the black reporter knows how to communicate with the black community.
So you feel like it's a conundrum, like you want to be able to tell these stories, but then you don't want to be pigeonholed into only being the person to tell those stories.
Exactly, because you want to diversify. I want to be able to report on financial news as well, and I don't want to be, but then I know the importance of telling the story in the black community.
Do you think people question your credibility though? Like if you read a story and your white counterpart reads a story, they believe it more from him or her versus you? Or does that depend on the audience?
Depends on the audience, depends on the management, and depends on the newsroom as well. And so when newsrooms are being more inclusive, they try to be more aware of that. And I say for my newsroom, they chose me because they knew that the management was not looking as diverse that it needed to be. And so therefore they, gave me a position so that I could be at the seat at the table, at the manager's table, because they knew that we needed an extra voice, an extra diverse voice. So that's my story, and that's why you have to make sure that you find the right fit, the right company that is going to be aware, and is that going to have open eyes and open ears, that if there is an issue, that you can go, you can talk to them, they will listen to you, and then they can figure out how to make it better.
Any regrets?
No. No regrets at all, because the challenges make me better, right? The challenges make me think. The challenges make me be creative. So the challenges make me who I am today, and the challenges make me be able to help and encourage and motivate other black brothers.